On July the 23rd, 2024, two brothers ran away from home and went on the TransAmerican Trail. This is part 24, the last segment of the trail from Devil's Flats Campground to Port Orford, Oregon.
I don't know what day it is. It's Monday. I don't know what the date is, but we are stopped at Devil's Flat Campground. It's the what? 29th of September. And we are at the Devil's Flat Campground. We didn't stay over on that side where it's flat. We stayed on the side where it's not flat, which is fun because we didn't see that because it was getting dark when we got in here. So it was a nice chilly evening in the 40s. It dropped pretty quick from the 60s down to the 40s. We woke up to 43 and it rapidly dropped almost 10 degrees. It was 34 degrees out here. And now it's warmed up to, I think, a fine 36. So we're ready to hit the road here, and this will be our last day on the TAT. So Danny corrected me. It is the last day of September. So we're going to finish the TAT in September, the end of September. And this is the flat campground we could have stayed at, but because I'm going to videotape Red Apple Road as we start our morning on the last day of the TAT on September the 30th. Because I know that right up in here, we're going to see a spectacular elk. I know it. He's going to be cutting across the woods because he knows yesterday was the last of bow season. And today I think today's the start of black powder. Nobody in his right mind is out this early. It's too cold. Did you see the scat? Did that sign actually say, please carry ID so we can notify the next of kin to get your body if you trespass? I'd say he has problems with hunters coming down in his property.
This morning it was 42 degrees, and as the morning went along and we packed up, we thought it was going to get warmer, but the temperature dropped down to a solid 32. We were freezing our butts off and we had to get on our bikes and ride, and I tell you, this was one cold ride, especially when we went into the shaded areas. I mean, we lost feeling in our fingertips, but the best thing was, you know what? This is still an incredible ride through the forest. Oregon is just a great place to ride on these forest roads. stay on the TAT, and I'll tell you, riding this road to the Oregon forest just makes you reminisce about the start. I mean, taking the train from Florida to Virginia, and then riding our bikes over into West Virginia, and riding in the backwoods of West Virginia and up into Tennessee and across the United States, and all the different terrain and views and the incredible people that we met on the way. It makes you become a little nostalgic as you ride through these roads. It makes you really appreciate the TransAmerican Trail and what it's really all about. Oregon, we found Heaven on Earth Restaurant, a little place in the middle of nowhere pretty much, and Danny was starving to death because we didn't have much of a breakfast and it was cold, so we stopped, and man, they had some great cinnamon rolls as well as a wonderful breakfast. I filled that boy's tummy up and he was happy again.
We're warming up. How warm are we now, Dan? 50? 52. Kind of go up on the left. Got a gully there. I keep thinking we're gonna see somebody, but so far, not even any deer. Seen anybody all day. We've only come off the forest roads to get lunch and to get gas, and that's it. We've just been riding all day on these incredible roads, and I don't have any other way to explain what these roads are like except just to show them to you, because I've run out of words. They're just, you just relax on them. You just get into the groove of riding. They're not straight, they're curved. The views are just, they take your breath away. It's just great. And I know my brother's behind me and everything's going well. The bikes are holding up well. It's just like, this is turning into a really good day. It's like
does it have to end? Does it really have to end? And I'm glad we decided to go on down in the redwoods instead of having an abrupt stop, because it's going to take a bit to get used to not getting up every morning and riding every day. That part's going to be really tough. I mean, you figure it's been almost 3 months of every day getting up and riding. Wow, I'm not ready to go back. Up this section of the trail just because, there's only so much of watching guys ride a motorcycle you can do before you kind of zone out. But this speed is kind of what a lot of people do on the trails. They zoom through the trails, and that's not what Danny and I did. I mean, part of it is that as soon as we get home, we're going to have a lot of honeydews to do, and we're not really keen on getting back that fast. But the other is we have the time, and that's what it's kind of about. Is just relaxing and just riding with your best friend and your brother and just enjoying yourself and just having a really good time and taking in Mother Nature and the scenery and the bike and the road and just cruising along. And we like cruising along at this slower speed. I mean, most of the time we're doing 15, maybe 20 miles an hour, and we're just really comfortable. We're enjoying the heck out of it. being boys, no matter how nice that road is, after a while it gets to be the same old, same old. And all of a sudden you make a left-hand turn and the road changes and the TAT just gives you more. And this is a sweet road. We are just really enjoying it. It's definitely a road less traveled. I don't know when somebody's been back here. And we're really picking our way through it and enjoying the holy heck out of this. This is, wow.
So now we're going to go back because this is obviously, as we find out, not on the TAT, but because of GPS, it took us around. So we had to try it out and see. And you know what? It's a cool road. So even though it's not on the TAT, it was kind of an enjoyable little road. Gotta be to the left, brother. Because we know it's not to the right.
So glad we put the seat concepts on these bikes because our butts are sore as it is. They have been really in bad shape if we had left the stock seats on. And we also changed out and put the oversized safari tanks on these bikes. I am glad we did. At no time did we really, well, we never ran out of fuel and we never really worried too much about it. I think there was one point in Tennessee it might have been an issue, but we were able to get to a gas station just in time. We had an auxiliary bag that we brought, but we never used it. Matter of fact, we never even put fuel in it. So everything worked out really well for us on this trip. And definitely camping was a wonderful way to go. It was great, but I'll tell you, at times when we stayed at the hotels and had those hot showers and those hot meals, it was definitely made the trip a lot nicer. late in the day, and we're definitely cruising along. Danny did get to see his elk, although at first when he saw it, he thought they were cows, and he missed the opportunity to get them on video. So he was pretty excited. He was amazed about how big the elk were. It's just, they're really pretty amazing animals. I am not sure how it happened, but we got off the TAT. We made a wrong turn somewhere on one of the forest roads, and we were on a great road, as you saw, but it wasn't the right road. Now, we found a shortcut to get back on the TAT, and all we had to do is get over that gate, and in a minute or no time at all, we'd be back on the TAT. Now, on the left, there's no way we were getting on around it, and on the right, it was a sheer drop-off. And my little brother, he didn't even want to give it a try, so we turned around and headed back the other way and tried another roundabout to get back on the TAT.
And there it is, the hole.
I don't think so. No, no, no.
Yep, Dan was going to be another party pooper. It looked like we could make it, but unfortunately, when you looked at the right pretty close, it was pretty slippery and it dropped off pretty quick. And if I remember right, somebody about a week ago had just dropped the bike down that cliff and had a heck of a time getting it back up. And Dan's got a bum foot at this particular point in time. I mean, it's swollen up about twice its normal size, and I don't think he could get his boot back on if he tried. So we decided to play it safe and do a workaround, and it worked out in our favor because we found a blackberry patch.
Danny wants to get a video of me, but his video camera's done, so you're just gonna have to look at the blackberry bushes, and let me tell you, they are sweet, they are delicious, and I've been wanting blackberries all summer long, and finally, in Oregon, I got them, and best yet, there's no bears around yet. We gotta get out of here, bye.
We pulled in late at Port Orford, and we ended up staying at the Castaway by the Sea Motel. This was a great place. They were really friendly, helped us out, found us some pretty good places to eat, and we just settled in and showered up and got ready for our next day. We weren't going to be going on the TAT because we finished it. We're going to go down south into California and check out the redwoods.
All right, we made it to Port Orford, the terminus of our TransAmerican Trail adventure, which is a lot of fun.
It has been an adventure.
We decided not to go down to the beach, but the beach, you can see the beach down that way and the infamous rock up that way. We are going to walk down there, but Dan's got a bunged up ankle, and we just don't want to run the risk of getting the bike stuck in sand and all that kind of stuff, and then having to fight to get it back. We still have to get home.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to do that.
And we still got to go down and visit the redwoods too.
Yeah,
so.
we're going to do that. So in just a second, we're going to go on down to the beach, and we'll catch you there. Stop recording. We are truly down on the beach. There's our big rock over there. There's the water. And now we're going to trudge down to the edge, and we're going to do the traditional tip. Dan's going to tip his nose into the ocean in the Pacific.
As he dunks his brother.
No,
we'll
I wouldn't
see.
do that.
We'll
All
see.
right, let's manage our way down there. That's a pretty cool rock, isn't it? Great patch I have seen in forever.
And David got off like
I
a
got
kid.
off, yeah.
He was
I was stuffing my face. And what did I tell you to look for?
A bear.
Bear. Just keep an eye out for the bears, because if it's that time of year.
David wasn't sharing the blackberries.
I wasn't sharing the blackberries. Nope. And
they were delicious.
Oh, they were good and sweet.
Wow.
They were good. Matter of fact, I marked it on my map. I'll put it up for other TAT riders. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. We'll leave you with the ocean view.